Hey Eurovision fans, we have the results of the second semi-final of Benidorm Fest. That's Spain's national final. 4 more songs went to the final. We'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about who I think and who I want to win Benidorm Fest this year. So let's keep. My name is Tom, I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So another really fantastic show. The production of the show is really excellent. Huge contrast today watching the Greek national final, which was insane. We had to wait almost an hour to get the first song. Benidorm Fest, very snappy, good host, good graphics, everything flows. It was really interesting to have that contrast between the two just to see how good a production it is. In my opinion, this semi-final was much stronger than the first one. I had many more songs that I enjoyed. I thought the staging looked a lot better as well. So for me, this was the stronger semi-final. Before I talk about the 4 people who went to the final, I've got to portray my total heartbreak at Teresa not making the final. This was my favorite staging of the entire Eurovision season so far. Fun, creative, naughty, wild, imaginative, risky. She's fantastic camera angles. I love how she played with the camera, played with her dancers, got on this huge Spanish bull. Absolutely wonderful. I was devastated she didn't make the final, but I'm going to let it go. That's just what happened. Actually, it was the jury who pushed her out. I don't know if it was the international jury or the national jury, but the jury got her out of the final. So extremely disappointed. I think this should have been the final. The crowd were cheering for her at the end. She was in the top 4 of the televote in the same way that Sonia and Selena were in semi-final number 1, but she didn't make the cut. Devastated. That's why I'm actually late doing this video. I was just kind of pissed off after the results were announced. In any case, let's focus on the 4 people who did qualify. First of those was Mel Amana. Absolutely incredible performance. Overall, out of all 8, I would probably think this is the best performance. She did all her dance moves correctly. She served face, she served personality, vocal sounded good. She was moving around, she hit every single mark. Not only did she hit every single mark, but then she gave us that next level quality of performing everything, giving us a character. Absolutely fabulous. The problem with this is the song. The song is fine, but it's just not as good as she is as a performer. The song is called I'm a Queen. She's an absolute queen. The song is not a queen. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing, because if she had one of the top 3 songs, absolutely send her, because she's just magic. Her vocal ability is incredible, going through all these different styles of singing, personality, everything, just really super magnetic. Very happy to see her in the final. Love the dress reveal at the top where her dress got pulled off. Some beautiful moments where her and her dancers are together with the light shining down. A lot of beige. For some reason, everyone's dressed in beige this year, which is kind of unusual color choice. But yeah, she was sensational, and also qualifying from the first running order slot, just like Cuvée did on Tuesday. Second person through to the final is J.K. Bello. This was really fantastic as well. His staging reminded me a lot of Dragon from Liamu in 2022, or I can't remember which year. I think it was 22 or 23. Kind of on that long runway with this kind of purple and pink lighting. Looked really cool. I liked how they alluded to a club without making it too like literally in a nightclub. Really nice choreography, great rapport with his dancers. He had a couple of tricks in the staging. They had the face paint moment. They had the moment with the lights going around him. He looked really handsome, performed very well. He hit his dance moves particularly well. Vocally in the verses, the vocal sounded off. It sounded like it was too low for him or something, or he didn't have enough power, but he sounded really good in the choruses. And then towards the end of the song, he went full playback, similar to Daniela Blasco, where he basically wasn't singing at all. He was just doing some heavy dancing. I thought this was really exciting. I think this is the best song, like literally just out of all the 16 radio edits on their own, this is the best song for me. And I thought he did a very good job. I thought vocally it was more than adequate. Very difficult to do that many movement and marks and remember everything and still sing pretty well. Again, verses were a little bit weaker, but they weren't disastrous by any means. So I was really happy with this. I think this was probably my second favorite of the night after De Teresa. Okay, the third qualifier through to the final was Mawat. Now, this was a big surprise. Actually, they announced him top 4 in the jury, and he just sat there in total shock. He didn't even realize he was drinking a bottle of water. It was quite cute. Look, he did a great job. In fairness to him, he sang excellently. He hit all his marks. He looked good on stage. They had this kind of cult triangle, Tron color scheme staging going on. It wasn't particularly anything new or interesting, but they did it well and something happened. I think the jury awarded him because of his vocals, and that's what got him through. I'm imagining De Teresa was 7th or 8th in the jury. Mawat was probably 1st or 2nd, and maybe he just beat her by 1 point. Who knows? Maybe he did much better than that, but we know he wasn't top 4 with the televote because they told us that. I have to admit, I don't think the jury should be putting songs like this at the top, because this for me is an absolute guaranteed last place. I know that they're there to judge the vocals. The vocals were good, but I think they should also be looking at the potential of a song. Does it have the potential to do something at Eurovision? This doesn't. It's so dated. He did a great job, not denying that. Some people like this, but this is super, super dated. This song is 16th out of 16 on the Eurovision scoreboard, which is one part of the community, but there's quite a lot of votes on it, so it's last place. Yeah, look, this is definitely last place in Eurovision. I think there should also be a factor in what's the potential of a song to do well, not just vocals and performance. There has to be a little bit like forward thinking. What's this going to be like in Eurovision? This is going to flop. Fair play to him though for making the final. Yep, that's all I got to say about him. And then our 4th qualifier for the final was Melody. Huge fan favorite in the Spanish community, it seems. I was going through Twitter and so many super viral tweets from Spanish Euro fans saying, this is the one, give her a ticket to Basel, this is incredible, blah, blah, etc. Vocals sounded really good. No doubt about that. She did have a moment where people were joking that it sounded like she had a stroke or something. She really did have like a Manuel Navarro moment. There seemed to be like some technical errors, and then she was at the throne and she had like this kind of choking sound almost. But other than that, everything else sounded super clean. I assume that was just like a small hiccup, and I'm expecting in the final she's going to sound super flawless. She's one of the strongest vocalists this year. Plus she was moving around and she was getting spun and everything, and she was doing a lot of choreography. So fairness to her, one of the best performers. This song for me is so dated. It's really, 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 really dated. I have a feeling that this is what Spanish fans want to go, and they'll choose whatever the hell they want. But I'm just going to give you my opinion as a outsider. Last year, they did the same. They sent Nebulosa, which in fairness had a super cool meaning behind it. Really, really fun, like history behind it, this meaning about women empowerment. Really, really fantastic entry with a lot of depth. I'm not getting that same depth from Esa Diva. It seems just like an upbeat girly bop that many Spanish Euro fans just gravitate towards. We've seen 3 women win the last 3 editions of Benidorm Fest. We know that many of the Spanish Euro fans gravitate towards this type of song. This seems like the same pattern again. But this for me doesn't have the same depth of Nebulosa or Blanca Paloma. This seems much more dated, basic. I don't think this is the type of thing that casual fans will like in Eurovision. So I'm feeling like this is going to be bottom 5 if Spain pick it. Again, they'll pick whatever the hell they want. I don't feel I would be very excited about it if this went, because I feel like it's kind of predictable how it'll do, where some of the other entries have a little bit more risk, a little bit more of an unknown entity about them. So it's like, wow, could they theoretically get a high score in this or that? We've seen songs go like this to Eurovision before, so I think it's a little bit more of a known entity. Yeah, so let's just go to the last topic of the video, which is who do I think is going to win? You know, La Chispa is still top of the odds at this point in time. That might change by the time this video comes out, but she is in first place ahead of Melody. I think if you compare the vocals, Melody's much stronger in the vocals at this point in time. Like, lots of people were very unhappy with how La Chispa sang. Theoretically, if La Chispa raises the game with her vocals in the final, it looks like she could win. So it does look like it's a 2-horse race between La Chispa and Melody right now, but Daniela Blasco is rising up the odds a lot as well. So this actually makes it kind of exciting. That's one of the advantages of this new system, is that it's not super clear that it's A versus B in the final. There could be a C and a D. Yet Daniela Blasco got a really good reception as well for her song. Some people criticizing that she didn't sing the end of it, but others don't care. I really would like JK Bello to go. I'd like to see a man win. I think that if we just always have these kind of pop divas winning, it just basically kind of sends out the message that men can't win no matter what they send. And I think that's going to mean that the quality of the show is going to go down because less men are going to apply. I don't think he should get it just because he's a man. I also think he's got a fantastic package. He's got a good song. He's dancing well. Singing can get even better. I think his interesting ideas in the stage show. We've seen that the Spanish delegation don't really seem to be that good at making up their own staging. Last year was just copy and paste. If they copy and paste this, it does look Eurovision ready for me. I'd be interested to see how it does as well. I don't think it's super obvious where it's going to come. Maybe it might actually do kind of okay with the televote or the jury. That would be an interesting experiment for me. So that's my personal preference, JK Bello. Looks like it's going to be between La Chispa or Melody, but it would be nice to have a surprise winner actually, someone come out of nowhere. I think my second choice would be La Chispa. Of everybody else, Mawat, Lucas Bunn, Cuvée, I really can't see it happening. Mellow Manor maybe could be a surprise. She was in the top 4 of both. I think she'd be fantastic for them. Would love the song to have a revamp. It'll be interesting to see how the televote goes this year because they have a new voting system with the app. So we should see a greater quantity of votes. Whereas in previous years, I do feel like it's the Spanish Eurovision community who kind of have like a large percentage of the televote. It'd be interesting to see what do the broader population have this year. I'd love to see these numbers go up a lot. I suppose we kind of got that in previous years through the demoscopic jury. Now we're going to get it through the televote. Anyway, really looking forward to the final. These are 8 good songs. Nothing super wow. I haven't actually downloaded anything yet, but I will download VIP. And I'm looking forward to the final because the show is so well produced. On Saturday night, we have Slovenia's national final, Belgium's national final, and Spain's national final. I'm probably going to be switching between Belgium and Spain. Overall, I just kind of like the vibe of Benidorm Fest more. It kind of feels like a more fun party and it's got the drama. So I think I'll probably prioritize that. If possible, I'll try and live stream. I was having some connection issues with the Great National Final, which I've hopefully fixed. So I'll try and stream that if possible. If not, I wish all 8 contestants well. Okay, what did you think about Benidorm Fest semi-final number 2? Who's your favorite? Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me on Buy Me Coffee and PayPal. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave a link for you here. And of course, thank you to all my, oops, that's the wrong hands. And of course, thank you to all my patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. On my Patreon, you can get some original audio, some early releases. You can be part of the credits. You can support the channel and much, much more. Go check it out if you're a fan. I hope to see you in another national final results video very, very, very soon. Goodbye.